Alright, we are here, everybody. Thank you for coming in, because it is an awesome time. We are spawning directly on top of TSL.Hyun, the red Zerg in the bottom left. His opponent in the top right is going to be Crane, being the TL Protoss in the top right. Crane is an incredibly powerful Protoss player, but at the moment he is down in the score because we have Hyun up 1-0 after Crane goes for a very interesting DT rush, but just gets overrun by the stuff from Hyun. Incredibly well done game.
I think if you honestly had like maybe a Colossus or two, that would have done a lot different.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm actually kind of
Or
hesitant.
Archons.
I'm hesitant
Something
to say
that did splash damage.
I'm hesitant to say that he could have gotten to them without just being overrun faster, though, because he was really walking a fine line. And I don't think he could have done much else than what he did. Because I mean,
It does. No, I understand.
Hyun just had
But we're
so
on my
much.
favorite map. One of my favorites.
Yeah, Shag is a very good one. And notice the deviation in Crane's play. He's actually shooting a scout much quicker this time around after the pylon, which is the polar opposite of how he plays on GSL Daybreak.
Well, there's only one spawning position, so.
Yeah, not only that, I mean, it's so large, and there's such a strong amount of time that you can use to actually just stay alive and everything. I don't know, it's really cool.
Now, do you know what I do on this map?
Don't tell me you proxy gate or something.
I do something even better.
Cannon rush?
3 pylon block with a cannon on the low ground.
Alright, so we should just have Hyun going for a hatchery over here at his third base, while we see the hatchery going down at his natural expansion. Just up, yep, there it goes down, very little delay. And with that in mind, we should be seeing Crane's probe. It may okay, it starts to regenerate.
It's got shields, it's good.
Hmm?
It's just, now it's gonna go cannon rush. The third.
Oh no, Hyun knows that that's a possibility with Crane, so he's actually he's still choosing to follow with that drone. Very smart stuff. And by the way, guys, I'm pretty sure cannon on this high ground can actually range and hit the that third base, so that's something to keep in mind. But we are going to see some Lings just go ahead and just kill the life of that probe. And just keep all in mind also that Crane did Nexus first, even on Shakuras Plateau. He's not doing it quite as riskily as he does on Daybreak, but he is still Nexusing first and going for the gateway and then the cannon. So he's really playing very solidly and safely and very knowledgeably. But I'm just curious about how he's going to use his Forge Fastest Span in comparison to how he used it in the last game.
Honestly, I mean, right now, it's just gonna put him on two very quick bases, and now he can really decide on what route he wants to go. I mean, because there is no tech really on the field yet. There's nothing screaming, "Oh my God!" So,
Yes.
so honestly, it's gonna put him at the point where he can just transition in. And Hyun, knowing that, he actually grabs his 3 bases as quickly as normal. And with this, he could actually take a 4th without much risk at all, if he wanted to. So.
Yeah, I really like the fact that Hyun is sitting with the Overlord just inside the base, so he can pretty much just run away once he knows that the Cybernetics Core is within danger of getting out. His Stalker is going to go ahead and do that just now, but he's keeping a great eye on making sure he can make all of his decisions within informed time on the gas timings of Crane.
It just helps. It goes to show this Overlord speed does help the Zerg out a lot, because they actually do get a good full scout in now. And they're not playing that guessing game, so they can actually counter. But look at, we have Stargate play out of Crane.
Really? Oh wow, we do. That's very unconventional. I have not seen him go for Stargate in PvZ in
I have.
a really long time. He likes to go for more Robotech stuff and then go for a Archon Toilet at the end, but very rarely does he go for Void Ray attacks and such. But Tune made a misstep. Oh, he actually ended up getting us around on that Stalker and not doing it in a correct spot, so he ends up allowing the Stalker to escape when he could have theoretically picked it off with his link count.
And Stalker doesn't take any damage at all except for shield damage. So.
And there's the Void Ray coming out of Crane. That is
It'll be Void Ray, and then there should be 2 or 3 or 4, depending on how hard he really goes. Phoenixes.
Yeah, I've seen some people try and get out 2 Void Rays quicker because of the prevalence of roaches in the matchup. But it looks like he's gonna go for the Phoenixes directly afterwards. So he's gonna go for that more traditional 1 Void Ray couple Phoenix support play. And the thing is, this is very uncommon now actually in PvZ. It used to be the standard that everyone would basically try and go for this.
Yeah, but now look at this. This is actually going to supply block Hyun, because there's Ovies all over the map.
Yep, they are faster though, so they'll be able to retreat a little bit better, but unfortunately we're going to need to see Hyun start to actually retreat those
6
overlords.
Spore Crawlers getting laid down.
Oh wow, he really does not want to die to those Stargate units. I like it though. It's 2 at each base. It's saying a little bit scared, but it's just so much. I want to call it more safe than scared. I really do. I really don't want to give it that negative connotation because I think it's a really smart move in terms of the fact that you just don't want to die.
Oh.
Just kind of trying to skip on defense. What?
It forced him to go Hydra, and Crane's actually already dropped his Robo Base, so
yeah.
This could actually pay off really well for Crane, because that means Hydras die to things like Colossus really quick.
We're having him go War Prism too, so we're going to see him going for a 4th century... Wait, he picked up a probe! Oh, he's going to expand and then go for the 4. Oh, this is clever. The robotics being thrown down to the main base. We have Crane going to be expanding very quickly to the top middle, and we're going to have him harassing with the Stargate stuff normally, and adding on top of that, 4 sentries and a War Prism. This is great play from Crane.
Yeah, and this is actually, sadly, this is actually all going to get scouted. So, this Overlord moves a lot quicker. Oh, nope, there comes the Phoenixes, so they'll actually pick it off before it gets to the middle.
So there we go. That has now stopped didn't even get to see the robotics debate that's going down. But Hyun, as we see right now, is just now beginning his Hydra production. And with that Spire in his main base is about to be complete, we're going to see who is to go for either Mutas or Corruptors. Probably just Corruptors to just deal with the Colossi that are going to be out in the field. But all things considered, he's getting Groove Spines. He's really showing an intent on going for Hydras, and I really think he's going to get caught off guard by Crane's strategy.
Yeah, Crane's strat is actually going to pay off really well.
Yeah. And he's going to kill this 3rd base. A lot of Zealot Sentry is now going to be in there. We're going to have the Force Fields continuing. The Hydras cannot get up there. So we have these Sentries and Zealots going to be destroying bases, even getting more Zealots in there. I think it's actually unnecessary to get those extra Zealots. All you have to do is continuously Force Field, and we see that Hyun is going to be forced out. Those drones are going to try and start targeting down those Sentries, but we're going to watch as just all these Hydras are going to encounter the air units of Crane in the middle of the map, and we can see the Void Rays and the Phoenixes going down really, really quickly. But the 3rd base is definitely doomed for Hyun, and we see that Hyun's going to go ahead and he doesn't even get to kill off the sentries because Crane's going to
Yeah, but look, he's attacking in right now.
Yep, and Force Fields get called down there. Colossus is in play though, and that may be enough to force Hyun back, unless Hyun's just going to go ahead and regroup and then push out again. Alright, so the drone's going to go ahead and re-expand to that 3rd. Roaches are rallied all the way across. We're going to see them turret down that cannon, but that won't go so well. They're just going to get completely spoiled and charred and cloaked and die a sad and painful death.
Well, that was... How many drones did he end up killing there?
We have 47 left on the field, and 24 got killed by Crane. That is
a solid drop.
That's a lot
yeah.
of drones right there. That's not something you want to deal with.
Not at all. But I like to double expand by Hyun. He knows he's behind, so why not? I'd honestly like him to triple expand, as risky as that sounds, but he is so far behind economy. He is even on food count. Crane's got 3 bases. He's even now using his Warp Prism to transfer probes with the Warp Prism itself. So they're going to be able to start mining
and
very
here
quickly.
Comes the Phoenix harass again. Maybe. Maybe not.
We will see.
They're just sitting there.
There we go. Now they're going to move on down and encounter Hydras, and that's a bad battle when the Hydras are in those kind of numbers. Ooh,
Yeah,
but look at that.
They're picking off the long-distance mining drones.
That's a nice little move. And look at that. They're going to be able to push back. So good harass by Crane, really. Now 29...
And he gets the scout.
Yeah, 29 drones have now been killed. We still just have Lair to go. Sorry, go.
Oh, and into the main now. Crane is in a really good position with the kind of harassment he's been pulling off.
He really is, and it's looking like he is in a great spot for this tournament, or he knows it. We see he's even got a couple sentries up there. It is third base.
Oh, look, he's going for the third base.
Yeah, Hyun realized that's the only possible expansion that Crane could have right now. So he's going to go ahead and try and take it out. He's now confirmed that there is an expansion there. He's got to be really upset that it's there because he knows that he's in a really rough spot to try and take it out. Now we're going to see the finishing of the sentries to try and get it out. We're going to see the army from Crane's going to try to move along to get into a good spot to flank, but it looks like he may just take down the rocks and push out from that third base. But now we're watching Hyun to come around the backside and maybe go for a much more devastating possible attack if he hits the natural expansion of Crane.
And he's got the observer there that actually shows all of this. And there's just 3 void rays. This is an old school
Death ball.
Death ball. I love it. How often do you get to see an old school death ball? And look at this. Here comes. He's looking to make a push into the. Nope. He's just sharking around.
Yeah, I'm really tempted to steal this for my Shakuras games. Even though I never open up Stargate, because I really don't like opening up Stargate, but this is looking to be a really nice move. Look at how many sentries are out for Crane. My god, you can force heal forever.
Well, that's what he wants, and I mean, Crane's max basically. Hyun is definitely maxed, and he's looking to get a good bit in, but look at all the cannons. There you go.
Now we're having the big engagement coming forward. We've got
oh my god,
a huge amount of units just streaming forward. All of them are getting just roasted. Hyun's food count is plummeting. We see Crane is really down to 160 food, but that's about it. He's streaming forward and decimating this army. Oh my god, he even
Crane
still has...
is doing such an amazing job.
Still has Colossus alive, and we have 4 Void Rays fully charged, and we see the GG getting called by Hyun. So with that, we're going to go ahead and just acknowledge the fact that Crane's insane, takes a good game, and now we're going to be moving into basically a best of 3 because we have a 1-1 tied series between these two players. Incredibly well done. I cannot wait for this next game to be played between these two players. I have no idea what's going to be happening in this next game.
That is... I'm going to say this right now. If any Protoss is watching, and when I say old school deathball, Xander can vouch. If you were a Protoss player back in the day and you were getting to the late game, that's exactly what you made. You had Void Rays, you had